Good morning, everyone. Today we are riding from Malakkapara to Athirapally and then onwards. The idea is to reach Munnar. Wow, Indian roller. So from the Malakkapara checkpost to the next one, it's 53 kilometers, I believe, or 55. So you have to provide your vehicle number of passengers, and then the forest checkpost personal issue you a receipt with 2 hours of to cross the checkpost on the other end. Earlier, when when I say 2011, when I came, everyone's baggage was checked. The number of plastic bottles you are carrying and plastic wrappers, chips packets or any plastic item that you can dispose on the way. So the count of the number of plastics you are carrying would be written on a slip manually and given to you. So I witnessed an interesting incident. I think there was a family in an Omni and they had about 4 bottles, and we both reached. At that time this road was not tarred. Portions of it were tarred, but largely it was untarred. So the Omni and my machismo, we reached around the same time to the next checkpost. And so one of the ladies in the group told the forest guard or officer, I do not know his rank, that one bottle has been discarded. So I was expecting them to be penalized, with money penalty, but the guard or officer calmly told with a smile, no problem, go and bring it back. So that was very interesting. So I waited for about 15-20 minutes to find out if he is being serious. He indeed was serious. So the elderly gentleman who was driving the Omni had to go back into the forest, obviously the public road, and then get a bottle. So when the gentleman left for the forest back, I left for I think at that time I went to Chalakudi. So that's the craziest implementation, and Kerala Forest Department has my respect. I have seen lackluster management of forest resources, but Kerala Forest Department is one of the strictest. And the 4 p.m. cutoff for you to enter from Malakkapara, it's not unique to Malakkapara. All reserve forests across Kerala for two-wheelers, the cutoff time is 4 p.m. Because of elephant attacks or possible leopard attacks on two-wheelers. It's, I think, 100% responsibility lies with drivers of four-wheelers and riders of two-wheelers. They agitate animals with honking or flashy lights and whatnot, and stopping to take photographs. We do not know the behavioral aspects of animals. I wish they teach this in school. When you spot a calf or when you spot a herd, an elephant herd, and there is a calf, you'll have to be very, very careful. I got first-hand education. This was in 2017, I believe, or 2017. Me and 2 of my friends, we were doing the same route, but we branched off to Idukki after crossing Malakkapara and into, I think we went via Kodamangalam at that time. So on the way back, we also went to Paramikulam. We were allowed to take our Bolero with a guard, of course, into the jungle for a guided tour, a short one. And from Paramikulam, we exited around 5:30, and while we were going down on one of the curves where the hill is split into two, the top and the bottom part. So where you are entering the curve and where you are exiting the curve, there were elephants, and at the bottom there were a couple of calves, elephant calves. Is it the right word? Wow, nice, nice. So we stopped. My friend is very knowledgeable. He works in the forest. He is a naturalist. So he told me that we can proceed slowly, but I wasn't brave enough to do that. So while we were waiting, an employee of the forest department casually walks with his lunchbox and his bag of utilities by us and asks why we have stopped. Then we told them there are elephants ahead, and he told us, "Do you see? They all have turned their back to you, and the calf is further from the road than the uh, large elephant is. So that's a sign that you can pass. And when you go near them, don't rev, keep a steady pace, no, don't alarm them, then just proceed." We offered to drop him. He sat with us in the vehicle, and he showed us that the calf being the baby elephant. I'm suddenly doubting myself if calf is the right word for an elephant's baby. So the baby elephant was further from the road and sandwiched between two elephants, adults. That's their way of protecting. Oh wow, nice fresh elephant dung. The young. And that's something. क्या बात है, बहुत दिन से हाथी नहीं दिखे. That's education. I hope I have enough space to overtake the lorry. Vande Mukunda Hare Jaya Shaure Santapari Murare. ചേട്ടാ സൈഡ് തരുമോ? ആനയാണല്ലോ വണ്ടിയിൽ. ഇവരൊന്നും തരാനൊന്നും പോകുന്നു. അയ്യോ ചേട്ടാ സൂപ്പറാണല്ലോ. Drivers, man, I mean proper drivers. Oof, I'm in awe of proper drivers. So I did not honk. I made myself visible in his rear view mirror. He realizing, I mean, it's just common sense. That's how drivers are. Full-time drivers are. He let me pass. I've seen this common across. See, the other one also lets me pass. And that small honk is what you get, or what you are supposed to give. I don't want to honk in the jungle, so I salute with my hand. And that's when you give a good pass, when you see an oncoming vehicle and you make space for them. It's in India, it's the one single honk that denotes thank you, or I noted you have done that. I've crazy, I mean it's the, I think drivers subconsciously connect to each other through a single honk. So at least for that reason we cannot ban honking entirely. Wow, what a superb stretch. But I'm taking it slow. There are a lot of leaves scattered around, and edges are lined with slippery mulch from the trees above. I don't want to risk it. Oh, fresh dung, man, fresh dung. Very, very fresh potty, elephant potty. Please God, show me one. Yeah, don't put me in front of her or him, but just it will be great if I could see one from a little distance. These roads should not be widened. Not only this, anything that passes through a forest should not be widened. We have the technology to lay roads faster, so we should uh, we should look at forest roads around the forest than through them. When I say we, the government or the authorities, not you and me. Malakkapara, what a dense forest, man. എന്തോ വീണിട്ടുണ്ടല്ലോ. It will be amaze balls if an elephant just happens to keep walking by. No, I pass by an elephant that's minding its own business. क्या बात है, बहुत दिन से हाथी नहीं दिखे. വന്യമൃഗങ്ങളുടെ സാന്നിധ്യമുള്ളതിനാൽ വേഗത കുറച്ച് വണ്ടി ഓടിക്കുക. Dried up elephant dung, probably a week old. Just before I left, I had tea at the canteen which was open, and the cheta told me that it's common. It's common every day evening and up to 8 or 9 in the morning, and after 4:30 p.m. elephant sightings are common. I mean, this is their territory. We just encroached into it and built a road. So I'm praying that I see one. Usually when I'm with a camera, wildlife sighting is very low. The chances that I sight wildlife are very low. But if I'm with my wife, the chances are more. And I always get sightings and I'm traveling with her. Probably some dumb luck thing. Wow, fresh potty again. And I can just chug without knocking the engine or rattling the chain sprocket or the final drive chain. ഇതിനൊക്കെ വേണ്ട മോനെ ഒരു ഭാഗ്യം. Oh, look at that sunrise. Beauty. See? Bamboo. Oh wow. This is very fresh. Okay. Fingers crossed. See. It's just crossed through here. Probably today morning. Bamboo, broken, fresh potty. Definitely sign of an elephant or a herd of elephants. And of course, it's not as if they would have walked along the road like a human. They have multiple paths somewhere there is an elephant who's hearing the twin engine's exhaust and thinking, who's just disturbing my morning? I wonder what's the equivalent of elephant coffee. What do they have? Probably they don't need coffee because they don't watch screens as we do and consume blue light so much. Their circadian rhythm would be perfect. ദൈവമേ ഒരാനെ കാണിച്ച ദൈവമേ പ്ലീസ്. ഞാൻ ദൂരെ നിന്ന് കണ്ടോളാം, അടുത്തു പോയില്ല. Ooh, that was near miss. Wow, it's just crazy. Mountains covered in mist. Look at the treetops. So many colors, so many shades of green. Look at the canopy. Slippery slope, slippery slope. Again, bamboo, but no sign of no elephant potty. So probably they don't come so far. Somebody building and maintaining a road like this, it's just commendable. Solar power station. Inverter model. Ayyo. Oh, I don't know which way to go. I'm sure I saw Chalakudi board. Let me go and check. Malakkapara-Athirapally. Okay. ഇതെന്താ പരിപാടി? ഓ, ചാലക്കുടി സ്ട്രെയിറ്റ് ആയിരുന്നോ? ഓക്കെ. Okay, cattle dung. I don't know if it's an Indian gore or just buffalo or a cow. But it was fresh as an idli that just came out of the steamer. Wow, a lot of you are not going to have idlis right after watching or hearing me say that. Oh, okay, just buffaloes. Okay, jungle fowl. Elephant potty, but not fresh. Again, mid corner. This is, this scariest SHIT. It literally is shit, so I can say. Imagine banking and you know your path. I mean, if you can course correct, great. But what if you freakishly run over a patch or a pile or I don't know, just cow dung or cattle dung? There's no traction control that's going to help you in that case. Okay, first sign of traffic from the other side. Riding the twin Ninja 650 for about 1,000 kilometers now. I'm already wondering what an inline 4 feels like the Z900. My favorite for no practical reason, just fantasy or I don't know, from the heart. My favorite is the Z900 RS. Of course, the Honda had its CB series, the Yamaha had RD, but Z900 inline 4, nothing looks to me as beautiful as that bike does. Practicality, I think, vibration free, or when I say vibration free, very minimal amount. 500cc will do, like the Honda NX500, or other bikes which aren't available in India. So that would serve all the purposes. If it has a torquey engine, like low end torque, then it's awesome. The low end torque on the Ninja has now set a new benchmark for me. I thought my Machismo had good low end torque. It has, but this is one step further. When it was new to me, recently new to me, there were times when I thought I was in first gear, but I was actually in second, and the engine did not, I did not realize that I was in second. So that's the beauty of this engine. You can pull cleanly from 30 kph up to 90, 100. Let's say you're in fourth gear or fifth gear, and you have to feather the clutch once, and it'll just pick up the pace. You don't have to do that, it's bad for the engine, but I'm saying just in case sometime it happens, like your left foot is doing something like balancing the bike or something, but you need to move from that spot. And in traffic, this is such a gem. It overheats. It doesn't overheat, it heats up, and the heat gets trapped because we are not moving fast enough. But I just let go of the clutch in bumper to bumper traffic. I do not use the throttle. That 1000 idle RPM, it just goes. And when I have to brake, I just pull the clutch back in and brake. The only area of improvement for me on this bike is, if it was legal, I would have got an aftermarket exhaust that would go from the side to the rear. I don't know if that'll upset the center of gravity or the geometry of the design of the bike. That's one, so that I can avoid going into second gear or first gear. On most of the speed breakers, I need to go into first gear, and when it's a pothole riddle stretch, then I'm crawling literally. Second would be a handlebar riser or a taller handlebar, considering people who have height of above 5'8". I'm 5'10" or 5'10 and a half, whatever that is. So my natural position needs another half inch of comfort. I'm not looking for an ADV style handlebar or the height, but just to avoid that last bit of crouch, which you have to, oh my god, what a sight, man. That would have created amazing long exposure shot. Of course, you can't stop and take a long exposure. In 2008, I went to Anchi Nature Camp in Dandeli. I rode on my RX-100 from Bangalore, and I stayed there for 3 nights. It's a very good camp run by the Karnataka Forest Department. It's not fancy, it is just tent for 125 rupees a night. If you want an attached bathroom tent, I think it was 250 rupees. I'm sure it's increased multifold by now, but at that time it was 125 rupees. And you're not allowed to go after 6 p.m. You're not allowed to go out of the camp, because it's right on the edge of the forest. So then next day I was roaming around. All 3 days I roamed around, slowly riding around. What I didn't realize was RX-100 that the exhaust note that probably kept all the animals away. So I met a shopkeeper. Uh, he told me an interesting story. There's an elephant, which I witnessed later. Uh, there's an elephant which was hit by a bus, a KSRTC bus, Karnataka RTC bus, which was Tata engine, right? And it broke or it fractured a tusk, and the driver applied for transfer, and he refused to take that route ever again. So around 4:30 p.m., when the last bus comes into town, the elephant comes near the chalk or the bus stop area and looks at the bus. So it will only come out of the bushes if it's a bus. Let's say if it's a truck or another anything, any other vehicle, it won't come out. So when it's a red colored that bus, it would come out. And if it's a Tata engine bus, it will take a look at the driver. So I witnessed this for 2 days. Once it did not come out of the bushes because it was a lorry or a truck, and the next time it came out, it was a red KSRTC bus, and it took a good long look at the driver and it went back in. Of course, that driver will never take that route, but imagine the memory, and it coming out only if it's a Tata engine bus, red colored. Oof, crazy, man. Lots and lots of bamboo. Wow. Lots and lots of old elephant potty. Yeah. Wow. Oh my God. It's just. Wow. Picture perfect. Put on an ND filter. Sorry, a CPL. Take a wide angle shot. You have been crazy. This is one new fad, man. In India, our fascination with sunroofs. It's like, I think, obsession. One, it reduces the structural integrity of your vehicle. And bloody hell, people of all ages and sizes stand on them, put their kids outside. The concept of sunroof, I think, was introduced by manufacturers to save their cost spent on the metal for the roof of your car or your vehicle. In countries like, let's say, Spain, or anywhere with temperate weather and pleasant sun, having a sunroof makes sense. And it's definitely not for you to put your head or your kid out there, but just to take in that warm sun. Probably that is the idea behind sunroof, but our idea is to just jeopardize kids' safety, adult safety, open that sunroof and stand out. That's not the purpose of the sunroof. And it looks so stupid. Your desire to go faster in wet corners is directly proportional to your ability to handle pain and fractures and whatnot. So, yeah, that's today's ज्ञान. Nobody asked me for it, but I just said it. किधर से आ रहे हो आप लोग? गांव में नहीं है क्या खाने को? जंगल में काय को भटक रहा है? If worshipping God, I mean, despite what I mean to say is not specific to religion. If worshipping God is the need, we can all come together to Patti. So we can all come together, irrespective of the religious backgrounds, to move all places of worship from ecologically sensitive areas like jungles, national parks, reserve forests, right? Won't that make God very happy instead of, traveling miles and miles to a place of worship which is nestled inside a pristine eco-sensitive zone, disturbing it? I'm sure there'll be logistical and challenges and history for that place, but if service to God or worshipping God is your primary idea behind going to that place, then I think God would be super duper happy if you move it out of that place and let the animals live in peace. This is just a thought. Please do not take it for any religious or political view or debate. There is constantly background music in my head playing. I wonder how many tabs are open. Now these fat corners are tiring me. The fun part is over. I have come into populated areas, so I know no further elephant. ഫുള്ള് റോഡ് കവർ ചെയ്ത് ടേൺ എടുക്കുന്നു. ഇവന്മാരെയൊക്കെയാണ് യൂട്യൂബ് കണ്ട ഡ്രൈവിംഗ് പഠിച്ചിട്ട് എങ്ങനെയെങ്കിലും പോയി ലൈസൻസ് എടുത്തിട്ട് ആൾക്കാരെ ശല്യപ്പെടുത്താനായിട്ട്. Being a driver is different than being user of a car. Anyone can use a car, but driving it on public spaces, on public roads, requires skill and also common sense, which is highly, highly, highly rare. You also need mental dexterity for varied conditions, varied inputs coming towards you, and make quick decisions. We've crossed the checkpost. Oh, such a beauty. We've crossed the checkpost and now I'm heading towards Athirapally waterfalls. It's time for some tea. The Vazhachal waterfalls is an amazing sight. And now it needs you to it needs one to park. One needs to park the vehicle and then go in. I do not have a locking mechanism for my luggage. Also, this is not a sightseeing trip. I just wanted to ride. So some other time. I've been to Vazhachal before. I've been to Athirapally also. I've got a couple of decent long exposures. But on this ride, getting off the bike is only for tea and coffee breaks and to check into the lodges or the homestays. Ooh, check this out. Check this out. What flow. Damn. So, quick recap. We rode through Malakkapara to Vazhachal Forest Division, crossed the checkpost, and now riding towards Athirapally. Then from Athirapally, we'll see how to get to Munnar. This is the spot from where you can see Athirapally waterfalls. You do not have to, how do I put it? You do not have to go in unless you want to go very close to the waterfalls.